to try to derail her presidential candidacy. So here we are now. They still haven't been able to find much through the special committee. We'll see what the interviews turn up, but I don't think at all that she's acting like someone who has something to hide. I think that Hillary Clinton set up this private server, or had this set up, because of what she experienced while she was in the White House as First Lady, because of what she knew happening throughout the federal government. We still see hacks from the White House on down. I know when I was a Capitol Hill staffer, I got the notice from OMB. Some of your information may have been hacked into, so be careful, be on the lookout, look for ID protection, you know. So these are types of things that happen.
All right, so Matt, I think Angela basically, I don't want to put words in her mouth, she's saying it's a witch hunt. You believe it's a witch hunt, right, Angela, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, okay.
I think it started with the Benghazi Special Committee. 100%.
So even if the investigation is closed, Matt, is it too little, too late? Is the damage already done here?
Well, I just want to say, I think this is an interesting standard. The standard that Hillary Clinton had to knowingly be violating classification law for this to be a problem, or at least a legal problem. That's interesting to me. Ignorance of the law. Look,
you can't plead ignorance of the law, is what you're saying.
She was the Secretary of State. She's running for President of the United States. I don't care if she knowingly or unknowingly put classified information in jeopardy of being hacked. I think it's a real problem. It's a judgment issue. I think it's serious. I think Republicans would be smart. Let this play out. Let the media look into this. Let the prosecutors look into this legally. I think that the best thing Republicans could do is sort of step aside. You don't want it to be a witch hunt. When has it ever worked for Republicans to try to get the Clintons on a scandal politically?
Do we know, Evan, if she put classified information at risk, or is that what they're trying to figure out right now?
Well, that's one of the things they're trying to figure out, Don. But we do know that retroactively, now we know that there are thousands of emails that are on this private server that should never. Right, that should never have been here, which should never have been on there, Don. But here's the thing. I mean, classified information is classified. It doesn't matter that it was labeled or wasn't labeled. It's just classified. And that the Clinton defense has been, well, you know, when this was sent or received, it wasn't labeled as such. And so this is a problem for her. And it's clear that this is not the way to handle classified or even sensitive information. This is a political problem. What I think Republicans are hoping is that this is also a legal problem. What we're addressing here is simply that it may not be a legal problem. It'll probably still be a political problem.
Go ahead, Angela. A political problem that Trump will definitely capitalize on.
So here's the issue, even with the classification standards. I worked on the Homeland Security Committee. I'm well aware of not only classified, but sensitive, but unclassified. There are all of these varying levels, and they're confusing. And not only are they confusing on the Homeland Security Committee, they vary from government agency to government agency. So if she received material that was not classified at the time, but later classified, that creates a whole nother standard and a whole nother issue. It's very, very challenging waters to navigate. And that is why, on a bipartisan level, folks have said over time, we have to deal with classification throughout the federal government, period.
But doesn't that bolster the other side's argument that there never should have been this server anyway, and there wouldn't be any issue when it comes to what's classified and what's classified and what's not classified? It would be a government problem rather than a Hillary Clinton problem.
I think that's fair, Don. I think the challenge is that Hillary Clinton, being exposed to the federal government as long as she has, wanted to solve for the fact that there are hacks, that they happen, that they are still happening right now. Was it the best thing to do? She herself has said no. It has been the biggest headache and the biggest distraction that she could have ever imagined. But the other issue is other secretaries of state have done the very same thing. Other folks in the cabinet and other folks throughout the federal government.
That's not exactly true, Angela. That's not exactly true. I mean, what Secretary Clinton did has never been done.
No, I don't mean the server. I meant private email.
Okay,
I'm
but
sorry,
I mean that's a really big difference, though, because
that's fair.
Secretary Powell used private email, and Condoleezza Rice did not use email at all. So what she did is actually it's unprecedented, and that's the reason why they're looking at this.
All right. Thank you. That's it, guys. I got to get to a break. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Coming up, this Cinco de Mayo, Donald Trump says he loves the Hispanics, but finally someone named Limon. People call me Limon all the time. Is your name Limon? I'm like, no, it's Lemon. But anyway, do people call you Lemon?
Yes, Don. Sometimes they call me Limon, Lemon. Yeah, we're almost cousins.
So, Maria, good evening to all of you. Today is Cinco de Mayo. By the way, happy Cinco de Mayo. And I want to begin by showing you this tweet from this tweet from Donald Trump. says, Happy Cinco de Mayo. The best taco bowls are made in Trump Tower Grill. I love Hispanics. So what do you think? Are you offended by this tweet?
You know, Don, stuff that he has said from the moment that he burst onto the scene when he announced his presidency and calling Mexican immigrant rapists and criminals and drug addicts. You know, I looked at this and I just kind of had to laugh because I was surprised that he didn't have a sombrero on, that he didn't have a long mustache on, and that he didn't have a bolero jacket and started singing mariachi songs. So, you know, in the bar that Donald Trump has set for himself, this actually is kind of tame, but I think it symbolizes the fact that he absolutely just does not get Latinos in this country, does not care about Latinos in this country, and we're going to see the effects of that come November during the election.
Kamal, stand by. You're making that face. Carlos, what do you think of this tweet?
No, it didn't offend me at all. And there's tons of people right now who are out there drinking and having margaritas, and they don't even know what Cinco de Mayo is about. Mr. Trump is a great marketing guy, and he was just showing a picture. You know, it's a connection. When he first announced his campaign, I think it just takes very little common sense to know that Mr. Trump doesn't really think that all Mexicans are rapists or criminals. But there is a big, big problem, and he acknowledges. I was 2 weeks ago. I was in Trump Tower. We were there, and he was there, and he treated us all nice. I had the opportunity to talk to his director of security, 15, 20 minutes. The nicest guy. I know quite a few people like him. He's tough. He's very disciplined. But
all right, go ahead, Kamal. What do you think? Why you have been holding it and holding it. What?
I mean, come on, man. You can't have the. He's like sort of reminding Hispanic and Latino people, I still don't like you.
Right.
Like that's the whole thing. He's sort of like, just in case you remember the thing about rapists and murderers. Yeah, I still don't like you. Like if you have if your love of Latinos is taco based, then you do not really love Latinos. That's all I'm saying.
That's exactly right. And again, it just underscores the disrespect, the fact that he wants to deport 11 million undocumented immigrants, the fact that he wants to put up a wall and make Mexico pay for it, the fact that Joe Arpaio endorsed him, the fact that, he has all of these proposals that scream anti-immigrant, anti-Latino.
Are you reading too much into that and something that was just meant to be funny? Maybe I don't know. I'm just saying. Listen,
I don't need to read anything into that.
Before you respond,
I'm reading everything into everything else.
My colleague, Aaron Burnett, spoke with Eric Trump today and asked him about this tweet. So let's listen, and you can respond, Maria.
That's the difference between my father and a regular politician. He can be fun. He was eating a taco bowl. It happens to be Cinco de Mayo. He takes a picture of it and he puts it on. I mean, versus all the other politicians out there who have 3 lawyers and 12 pundits and 4 pollsters, and they're looking at every tweet. I mean, that's my father being himself. My father's got a tremendous personality. He's a fun guy. He was having a good time. And, hey, I saw that come across. I was hysterically laughing, and I retweeted it right away. I mean, it was just, he was having a lot of fun. And I think sometimes the authenticity has won the day in this election. I mean, I think people are actually looking for an authentic candidate for the first time in history.
So, to my question again, reading too much, is it authentic, as he said, and fun, or is it offensive, Maria?
No, I actually agree with Eric. This screams authenticity on behalf of Donald Trump, but that's the problem, right? That he does this and he thinks it's funny. And like I said before, this isn't as offensive as everything else he has said and done, because he has set the bar so high for himself that in the scheme of things, yeah, it doesn't really matter. It made me chuckle. But it does underscore everything that he has said and done up until now that disrespects Latinos, that shows them that he does not care about them, that he wants to deport 11 million of undocumented immigrants, everything else I said up until now, which is
the litany. That's a lot for one tweet with a bowl of food.
Yes,
I mean, Carlos, it immediately went viral on Twitter.
You of all of that.
I got it in, my Twitter box. I got it on Instagram. I got it on Facebook. I got it on text. Do you think this is Trump being politically incorrect, or is it a bad sense of humor? What's going on?
No, he's just having a taco bowl saying Happy Cinco de Mayo like everyone else. I think he marketed his Trump, restaurant. I don't find it offensive. I'm from Mexico. I was born and raised over there, and it doesn't mean much to me, Cinco de Mayo. I think most people don't know what it means.
So if he's not offended,
fine.
as a Mexican, then why are you guys offended? Why is
I'm offended as a human. I sort of take a bigger look at this. Like, I think that, like, first of all, Taco Bell is not even authentic Mexican food. Like, it's not even.
No.
That's right.
And they don't even serve them in that restaurant. He got it from his cafe. It's not
Chips
even.
and
None of it
salsa
makes sense.
are in Mexico.
So what's different
It's
than
empirically
someone
not
eating
true.
chips and salsa, and if someone drinking margaritas on Cinco de Mayo, or going out drinking, Coronas?
Yeah.
I had a lot of people sending me their Coronas, friends sending me, we're out for Cinco de Mayo.
I'm not voting for them to be president either, though.
Right.
I think there's a higher
exactly.
standard with a president thing.